here we are then for the starting grid. Chris takes his third pole of the season around the shortest track of the calendar. Championship leader Razor starts second for Braun. Dom for Ferrari starts third, with the Red Bull debutant of Dennis starting in a decent P4. His good mate Stealthy starts fifth for McLaren, with the returning Haas driver of Piovana starting sixth. Jar for Williams on his return starts 7th, with Pika starting 8th. That's the third time he's been out-qualified by his teammate. Lid Dennis starts a personal best of 9th, with Vegas not being able to settle out time in Q2. And on the final row is the Haas of Fireblade and Poke for Braun rounding off the grid. Alright, here comes the 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And we are off at Cannes. Good start from Chris. And good start from Razor as well. Here comes the Braun, immediately trying to attack the Red Bull driver. There's Jar trying to make a move on the Red Bull of Dennis as well. Razor trying to creep into the lead. Here it comes down the inside of Chris. Razor is really close to overtaking Chris here. They started first and second on the grid. And I think Razor has slowly creeped ahead of the Red Bull, and so has Dom. So these two have gone really aggressive here at the start and trying to attack both Red Bulls. Denny Dennett is absolutely flying. Here he comes and he's already ahead, and that is a big shunt for Dom. Safety car, safety car. We have a lap 1 safety car because Dom has absolutely shunted it into the wall. I thought they were going already. Are they going already? Oh my god. Okay, thank you, Dom. So they've gone already. Dennis is getting a blistering restart here. He's already gapped Razor by a second. Thank you very much, Dom. So Danny Denner, leads the race ahead of Razor and Chris. So only Piovana has made a pit stop in this race so far, and he's on the hard tyre, so I presume he's going to try to go to the end. So Danny Dennett in the Red Bull leads ahead of championship leader Razor and Stealthy in third. Chris is now down to 4th on the hard tyre. So Stealthy is on the medium and he's trying to make a move on Chris, and you can see Stealthy has just got much more grip and much more confidence over Chris. Oh, look at this. Jar is up to 3rd. Jar is now overtaken Razor, and Razor is going to be under threat from... Oh, Razor! That could have been very costly from Razor. And he's struggling with something right now because he's lost it coming out of a hairpin corner. And he smacked the wall, almost lost the car, lost the front wing. Oh, here comes Bally Pepe, and I think he's overtaken Jar now. Bally Pepe is absolutely flying, and he's up into 3rd. Looking very racy on those mediums. Oh! That's the Williams of Jar. He's clipped the barrier, the Armco barrier, out of the final corner and almost lost the car. He's kept it intact, but now the Braun of Razor is much closer to Jar now, and Razor might be dueling with Jar for the position again. And Denny Denner remains in the lead, but the McLaren of Stealthy and the Mercedes of Bally Pepe is getting closer and closer. Ow! How did Stealthy survive that? Stealthy is hit the wall out of the turn 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's turn 6 where he hit a bump and hit the wall, and somehow he survived that. And he's got no front wing damage, but now he's dropped 3 seconds behind Dennis. Coming out of the final corner, Bally Pepe is super close to Denny Denner. He is not ahead of Dennis, but he is super close. Here he is trying to make the move on Dennis. He's ahead of Dennis already. What a move from Bali Pepe, and he's up into the lead of the race. Started from the pit lane, and Bali Pepe is now in the lead of the race. Albeit he's got much less fuel, and he's also using a faster compound compared to the likes of Razor, Jar, and Chris, who are falling behind. Stealthy has come into the pits, so this is a big pit stop for McLaren. I presume he's going on to the hard compound tyre. Yes, he is. And he's going to go on the hard compound tyre all the way until the end, and trying to maybe pit a bit early, trying to force Dennis and Bali to react early. The hard tyre should have an advantage now compared to the medium, because the medium should be wearing off by now, but it's not stopping Bali Pepe. He is on very concerning fuel levels, but we'll see how this strategy plans out for him. Currently he's 2.9 seconds ahead of Denny Denner, who I think should pit right now. I think he should be pitting now. Nope, he's still going. Okay, so that's one of the Williams of Jar pitting now. He's gone on to the medium tyre, so it's hard tyre, medium tyre for Jar. Bali Pepe is still setting fastest middle sectors, and he's also just done the fastest lap. I don't know how he's doing this, honestly. He's really doing an amazing job. Oh! Oh! Bali Pepe has just spun round, and he's going to have to head to the pits now. It has been such a perfect race for Bali Pepe, but now he's absolutely binned it. It was such a good race, but he's now lost his front wing out of the final corner. He must have clipped the barrier. What the fuck? That was such a quick pit stop, but he's now got a tyre glitch, and he has to pit again. Oh my god, it has gone absolutely disastrous for Bali Pepe. It was going so well for the Mercedes driver, but now he's lost everything. And now he's back on the medium tyre. I don't know if he started on the hard tyres or not. Denny Denner, who's now came into the pits, and Razor now is going to take over the lead of the race. Denny Denner pits for the soft tyres. This is a very brave decision. Let's see if it pays off. I think the soft tyre was his only option anyway. Razor has stayed out and possibly going long. Chris has pitted, and so has Jar, so I'm pretty sure Razor is the only person who has not pitted at this time being. He's going to go long on the hard tyre, push on with his well-managed hard compound tyre, I must say, and try and extend distance for as long as possible. He just hit the wall there and almost lost his front wing. There is the brawn of Razor Hyper, who is now pitting. Presumably is for the soft tyre. And that was not the quickest stop I have ever seen. So Dennis now, Denny Denner, comes out. But Denny Denner is going to take the lead of the race. He's got Dennis, the other Dennis. This is getting very confusing. Little Dennis ahead of him, who is about to be lapped. He's going to be able to hold on for long. There is Razor, who's going to dive down the inside of Stealthy. He's got much more grip, and Razor is ahead. Back to the race. Denny Denner has a 6-second lead over Razor.
I never imagined myself playing controller on this.
Shit! Oh, Razor!
Oh, Razor flipped.
It's fine. You can still catch.
And he's lost second position. Oh, look at Razor. And immediately on those fresher tyres, he's going to try and launch an attack on Stealthy with much better grip. Stealthy re-overtakes Razor and back up into second place. So he flipped earlier. That has damaged his chances of winning. There's damage limitation at the moment for Razor as he reclaims second place. Danny is pushing super hard, I just saw. He's going for the fastest lap. And his fuel might be a bit problematic at the moment as he currently goes for the fastest lap. Here he is. Is he going to get it? He does get it. It's a 48.2. But I have a feeling his fuel might be a bit risky at the moment. Bally Pepe should be 4th, but he is, for some reason, 2nd on the leaderboard. Now, what I would suggest to Denny Denner now is take care of the fuel, because you're going to barely make it, even if you have an 11-second lead currently. So we'll focus on the battle between... Oh, Bally Pepe is not actually battling anyone. It's just the leaderboard showing that he's ahead. So Razor should be in 2nd place at the moment, and Bally should be 3rd, with Stealthy 4th and Jar 5th. We are on to the final lap, and we'll look at Denny Denner now, because I have a feeling he's going to start losing time, because his fuel is very dangerous. Tell this man to stop pushing, man, because he is barely going to make it at this point. That's Bally Pepe who's crashed. Bally Pepe on the final lap has shunted into the wall, and his chances for even a podium now is all completely gone. Oh my god, Denny, you're on 0.3 fuel. Please take it easy. Razor is right there. Is Denny Denner gonna make it? He's slowly crawling to the line. Here he comes with basically no fuel. Denny Denner wins the Cannes Grand Prix. Razor takes 2nd place. Stealthy is going to take 3rd ahead of Jar. And Chris in the Red Bull just has got enough fuel to finish in 5th. That is heartbreak for Bally Pepe, who's had such a good race. And at the end, oh my word, that is an incredible end. And we've got Pico in 6th, and Piavana is going to come across the line to finish 7th. Poker's probably going to finish 8th here. And Lit Dennis, if he can hold on for one more corner, is going to take 2 points, 2 precious points for Williams. Here he comes. And him and his teammate Jar is going to take 14 points for Williams. Lit Dennis finishes in 9th for his first points finish of his SF1R career.
After that extremely chaotic race, Dennis wins and takes a full 26 points for Red Bull Racing. Razor Hyper finishes 2nd after coming back after his flip. Stealthy finishes 3rd, followed by Jar, P4 in the Williams. What an excellent drive. Chris, who comes back to finish P5, followed by Pika in 6th, Piavana in 7th, Poke Diggy in 8th. Little Dennis, for the first ever time, gets points in SF1R in P9. Bally Pepe, who crashed on the final lap in 10th. The unstoppable force of Razor Hyper extends his championship over Chris, who only finished P5 today. Stealthy, after finishing 3rd this race, is up to P3 in the Drivers' Championship. Pika is up to 4th, and Evan is down to 5th. Deal with Romzo, who has not shown up since New Zealand because he got kidnapped by the Taliban, stays in 6th, followed by Dom, who crashed in 7th. Denny Denver, on his SF1R debut, gets a full 26 points and is already up to 8th. Therefore, Nee and Vegas both dropped to 9th and 10th. After Denny took home a full 26 points, as well as Chris with a 10 points, that means that they are up to the lead of the championship, but by only 4 points. Braun drops to 2nd, Ferrari drops to 3rd. Audi Sport, who did not show up to this race after also being kidnapped by the Taliban, stays in 4th. McLaren is up to 5th with Aston dropping to 6th, and Mercedes, Williams, Haas and Alfa Romeo stay in their respective positions of 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th.